Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Jules, and today I am going to share with you my January TBR. I know we're already 10 days into the month, but I just started my channel, so I'm kind of behind on getting everything ready and getting my videos out. So I am going to start with, so I've already read some of these books. I just finished my 4th book of the year so far, and I've got my 5th and 6th books that I'm in between. So I don't know about anybody else, but I'm usually always reading at least 2 books at a time, sometimes 3, depending on what format they're in, if it's an audio or if it's a graphic novel or a middle grade. So I'm going to start with my first readathon of the year, which is Winterween. I have a vlog coming out for that. We're on day 5 right now, and we've got 2 days left. Maybe 5. Maybe we're on the 6th day, actually. What day? I don't know what day it is. Anyway, we have a couple days left, and I'll be posting a vlog for that, so stay tuned for that. So the first book I read for Winterween was No Exit. So I'm not going to talk a lot about this because I do go over that in my vlog, so you can see what my thoughts were on this. You can go check that out. The second book I picked up is Greenwild. This is the beautiful book that I am reading. I'm in the middle of this one, almost halfway through it, hoping to get this finished today. This will also have a recap in my vlog. And then the third book I picked up, which I do not have, I will pop it up here. I listened to the audio of it, is Payback's a Witch. I just finished that today. It was just okay. It was just okay. So I will have my thoughts in the vlog as well for that. And then if I have time, if I get Greenwild finished, the last book I'm going to pick up is 13 Witches. This is the second book in the series. This is a middle grade, so it should go pretty quick. However, it is still long. It's still 317 pages. So those are all my books I'm reading for Winterween, or that was on my TBR for Winterween. We'll see if I get all those finished. The next books that I'm going to read is for the Patreon that I am part of. So the first one I'm going to talk about is for Liv's Library. Our book club pick for this month is Fragile Enchantment. Again, I am just getting into, oh look at that, it's so pretty. I am just getting into fantasy, and Liv is like a full fantasy girly. So I love her Patreon. I love discussing all the books we do. So we read a book through the month, and then at the end of the month we have a book discussion. She does a live, and we all go on and we talk about the book. So it's a good time. It's fun. Then she has added a little extra in our Patreon this month. So we are going to be buddy reading and doing movie watch parties for The Hunger Games. So I have never read these. Obviously I've seen the movies, but I have not read these books. So from January through April, we are going to read a book each month, you know, in the series, and then we're going to have a movie watch to watch the movie to coordinate with it. So I'm excited for that. We're going to have a good time with that. So if you have any interest in that, in joining in that, you can join Liv's Patreon. I will link her information in the description below, but it is a good time, and we would love to have you. Next Patreon I am a part of is with Kendall, Bookphoria. We are the Dreamy Dragon Den, and it is a good time as well. She also does a lot of fantasy, but we do a mix of other kinds of books, but it's a bunch of lovely ladies on there. I do not have the physical book for this, so I'm going to be listening to the audio of Dreams Lie Beneath. So I am excited to get to read this one and hear everyone's thoughts on this. Again, with Kindle, we do, depending on what tier you join, depends on what kind of content information you get. A lot of people that are in Livs are also in Kindles, because Kindle and Liv are really good friends and they live close to each other. So we have a lot of the same people in both Patreons, and it's just a nice little community to be a part of. Moving on to the book club picks that I am in. These you do not have to be, it's not a Patreon, it's free for anybody. They have Discords that you can join, and there's a lot of different book clubs out there. The first book club pick that I'm going to talk about is for Gabby Reed's book club, which is called the Book Troop. I am part of her Patreon, but this is not, her Book Troop is free. It's not part of her Patreon. And she has a Discord for it, and I will link that information, well, at least her channel information below. So the book that we are reading this month is called Bright Young Women. It is by Jessica Knoll. And I am currently, I don't have the book for it. I'm doing audio on it, so I will pop it up here. But I'm 50% through this. So what this one is about is, it's a girl, she's in the sorority in college, and there is an attack in the middle of the night while they're all sleeping. And there's like 4 girls that get attacked. And a couple of them, you know, gruesome stuff. I don't want to have a lot of spoilery stuff for you, but there's an attack and some girls are hurt and a couple don't make it, and she witnessed the person as they were leaving, and it's just kind of follows along the lines of, kind of what I'm getting is like, it follows along her saying who it is and then questioning if it was really them and trying to figure out who really did it. So then it flashes back between in the past and then present day, where it went along the trial with like who was arrested for it and the trial and everything like that. So like I said, I'm about 50% through. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't know like a ton about where it's going to go, so I don't have any other updates about that, but that's kind of what that's about. And then the second book club pick that I am in is for Reading with Jess, and her book club is called Sleep When I'm Dead, and I will link her information below too. And we are reading, this month we are reading Good Girls Don't Die. So this is a little over 300 pages. Most of the books I do read are around 300, except for the fantasies. Those are getting kind of big. So I don't know much about this. It's a twisty thriller about 3 women who find themselves trapped inside stories they know aren't their own. So it is an author of Alice and Near the Bone. So this is by Christina Henry. I don't know if I said that, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this is about. The next thing I am going to be reading this month, actually for the next year and a half, Sarah J. Maas Read Along. So Chloe at Chloe Reads Books is doing a Sarah J. Maas readathon. It's not a readathon. It's like a, well, I guess it kind of is. But it's going to take basically reading 1 book a month for like the next year and a half. And so what we are starting with is the Throne of Glass series. And this is my very first Sarah J. Maas. So I am probably going to do a first book ever Sarah J. Maas type vlog for this. So I am excited to get to this. Everybody's loves all Sarah J. Maas everything. So I am having a little bit of FOMO. So I'm going to jump on that wagon. So, and this is a perfect way to do that. So I will link that information below if you want to join. If you've read some but not the others, she has it laid out as to which month is which books and series. So you can join on whichever ones you want. But I'm here for that whole train ride. My last couple of things, I'm going to go over the books that I have already read for the year. So obviously they were on my TBR. I've just already read them. So the first one, I am saving my first book of the year for the very last of this because chef's kiss. I read Bookshop and Bone Dust, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it. I don't have a copy of that, so I did audio for it. And I did read Legends and Lattes, and I really liked that one. I gave that one 4 stars, and I liked it better than this one. This Bookshop and Bone Dust took a little while to kind of get into it, but then it did pick up. The banter in it is hilarious. I love it. I love it. I would definitely get the audio. Even if you have the book, I would tandem read it with the audio because it's just fun and just, it made me laugh a lot. So, I gave it a 3 star, but like with Goodreads doesn't really do half stars, so it's really more of a 3.5, but I couldn't give it the same as Legends and Lattes because I didn't like it as well as Legends and Lattes, which some people are the opposite. They're liking the second one better, but just me personally. I liked the first one better. Which technically, this is a prequel to Legends and Lattes, so it's not continuing in a series. It goes back to before that. So, and then I'm so excited to share. Last book I'm going to talk about. First book I read this year, Divine Rivals. I cannot say enough about this book. This is a 5-star read for me. I started January 2024 with a bang. This is my first book of the year, and it's going to take a lot to top it. Although, Ruthless Vows, which is the second book in this series, I have heard is just as good, if not, some people have liked it better. So I am excited to get to it. It probably, hopefully will make it to my TBR, my February TBR, because January's packed with a lot of stuff going on. I didn't even know I liked this kind of book or wanted to read this kind of book. I didn't know anything about this book except that everybody was reading it and everybody was raving about it. Again, I had FOMO like no other, and Liv was like, you have to read it, you have to read it. And so I read it and I loved it, and I ugly cried. There are only 2 books that have made me really ugly cry, and I read them within the last 6 months. The first one being Fourth Wing. Loved Fourth Wing. Highly recommend. And then this. If you have not read it, go pick it up. If you do not think you want to read it, go pick it up anyway. That is it for my January TBR. So let me know if you have read any of these, what your thoughts are on them, if you plan on reading any of these, if you didn't know you wanted to read them and now you might. Anyway, let me know all the things below. Leave your comments, and until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.